Hello everyone, I'm going to explain to you about the next chapter on clustering. This is the table of content for this chapter, which, as you know, clustering is an unsupervised learning approach. So we'll be going to look at the concepts as well as covering the partitioning methods and the hierarchical clustering methods. For the introduction, I will cover on the concepts, application steps, and approaches. As you all know, there are three kinds of machine learning approaches. The first is supervised learning, which we have covered in chapter 4. So this is where you use a data set which has labels, the category, the class, and from there, the machine learning algorithms would learn based on the labels. In this chapter, we're going to look at unsupervised learning, which the machine learning algorithm would learn without having the class label. Meanwhile, the third category, which is the reinforcement learning, is where the algorithm would learn based on the interaction with the user and also to learn from the correct or incorrect classification. The unsupervised machine learning algorithm would be able to find all kinds of unknown patterns in data. You have heard about the word clustering before, especially from the case of COVID-19. Unsupervised methods help you to find features which can be useful for categorization compared to supervised methods where you have you can identify the features and you tell the algorithm which features would be suitable by doing several experiments. Clustering does it differently. It will help you to find the features not from the columns but from the rows. It would identify the similarity between the objects. This is done using unlabeled data from a computer, which makes it better than the supervised learning, which requires labeled data. On the right side, you can see issues with unsupervised learning. It is harder compared to supervised learning tasks, but we can know that results is meaningful because the data algorithm will be able to find data which are similar with one another. The unsupervised learning is needed despite of the difficulties because annotating large data set is very costly. Hence, we want to be able to know the patterns from data that shares this high similarity. This slide tells you the clustering concepts. A good clustering is a method that will produce high quality clusters, which means that object which has high similarity would be grouped in one cluster. So you can see the circles here. The circle is one cluster. From this example, you can see that the green objects are grouped together, but there are objects which is not grouped together because it is far from the other objects which has high similarity with each other. You can see also the differentiation between the cluster green, cluster pink, and cluster red, which they are again according to their similarity. In this situation, the similarity based on the color. So we can define a cluster as a group of data points that are similar to each other based on their relation to surroundings data points. The clustering quality is based on intra-clusters distance. Intra-clusters distance meaning clusters which is points which are similar, distance is minimized, meaning we want to make sure they are together, and interclusters distance is maximized. We want to make sure that one cluster distance with another is maximized. So in the bottom left here, you can see the quality based on similarity measure and based on its implementation as well as its ability to discover some or all of the hidden patterns. Let us look at an example. The clustering analysis is based on